All right, part 2 to Andrew Tate on Pearl's podcast, guys. Let's get into it. And again, just to recap, if you haven't seen part 1, honestly, right now they're talking about why they don't need men in their lives, and it's getting heated, guys. Let's continue.
I'm trying to say is that in a good relationship, right, one that works, there's blue jobs and there's pink jobs, right? And that's the problem that women have got.
Oh, geez.
They don't want to be doing no pink jobs.
So that's not
Do you know
what we're
what I mean?
talking about. We're talking about relationships. Why do you need a man in a relationship? Because you want a partner.
Okay, so again, let's say, for example, she goes out with one of the guys, right? One of her boyfriends, she's dating him, okay. Let's say another guy gets up from a random table and starts bad-mouthing her, saying all this, being a complete asshole to her. She would want the man to get up and actually say something to this dude and possibly punch him in the face. But again, she doesn't see that. She just thinks that she doesn't need anybody else but herself. And that is completely incorrect right there.
Friendship, romantic love, things that you can't get by yourself.
Like, you want to go on dates with him. It's not about, I need someone to fix my car. Like, go to a mechanic. You're not safe? Call the police.
Not
like,
true.
it's not.
Wow.
Wait, what about a father to your kids? You don't think your kids
Exactly.
need
You
a
can
dad?
be around. I definitely want that. These are stuff. This is the reason why you need a man.
that.
I agree.
Wait. It's not that you want it. You need it.
I agree. And these are the stuff that I need in a man. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's not like I completely need you. It's
But
like, I want you.
the whole point is if
Wow.
the lights went out tomorrow, you would need a man.
Yep.
Society agrees.
Why do we act like women are so useless?
I'm
going to change a tire.
I'm saying if the
She definitely is so delusional. Oh my God.
lights went out tomorrow, you would need someone to protect you.
Yep.
You
Yes,
would.
of course. In society, not my boyfriend.
I'll go underground.
Like, half of my exes can't even do anything.
That's actually another.
That's also because you're going with men that are not high value men or men that are in work of progress to better themselves. That's the type of men you're going for. You know what I'm saying? And not going for the actual ones that you're supposed to needing to go to.
No problem. A lot of men can't do much.
You know what I mean?
Not everybody is
in
strong.
in this day and age, guys can't even fit a tire.
You cannot. No.
Hang on a minute. But I can cook.
Yeah, sure you can. From what you're talking about, oh yeah. It's more like you can call takeout. You can call Uber Eats. You can call DoorDash.
And the thing is, I'm not even.
To your brothers. They don't know how to do
I'm not
nothing.
even saying.
Guys,
Can I just say
we
something?
have to do one at a time.
Can I just say something? This is why you can't blame all men for your poor choices.
Yep.
You can't say, I'm talking to both of you because you're saying, yeah, my man can't do this, my man can't do that. What? And you want to settle down. Why would you go and choose a man that can't do these things that you wanted them to do? Because my man could do all the blue jobs.
I need a man.
Because most men grow up with a PlayStation instead. Most men grow up.
No. What? Oh, now she wants to get into the video game section. Okay.
With PlayStation
It's a man that
and
you're
porn
choosing.
and things.
It's
No,
not.
that's the truth.
It's not.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
That's something you
Listen,
say.
I'll
I'm
tell you what,
sorry,
right?
I don't need a mechanic
I'm
for
just
my
saying.
boyfriend.
You know what?
I need a father to my children. I don't need.
Do you know something, right? She needs a
police
father. Hang on a minute.
officer.
She needs a father for her children, right? So
Yeah.
she's gonna go out there, right? And you're gonna buy your child an electric car. You're gonna go and buy your child a bicycle. Who the hell's gonna put out the bicycle and fix the electric car?
Right.
Do it.
You got YouTube. I know how to do these
You
things.
see?
I fixed the Bentley before.
Why do you
fixed
need
the
a man?
Bentley.
And you can do everything yourself. Go and get some sperm donor or something because you obviously don't need a man.
That's the future, I
And
think,
the thing
you
is,
know.
that's the future for who?
No, for
That's
like
the problem.
society.
Because at the end of the day, right,
What
listen,
year are you
hang
living
on.
in?
The
What
year that
year
you're
are
supposed
you
to be
living
living
in?
Because
Like, you act like
wait,
you're in the Stone Age.
Let me finish talking. Let me finish talking, right? Now, you got a man, right? And you've been busy all day, right? And you're in your bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. And your man comes in with all of his friends and said, oh, babes, all the friends are here. They're hungry. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll cook for my man. I'm a traditional woman in that aspect.
Yeah,
I love to cook
Why
for my
is
man.
it that when people start cooking, they think that cooking is traditional? It's everything. It's not just about cooking.
But-
They always say, oh, I cook for my man, so I'm traditional.
I have a
No,
question.
no,
I have a
but the
question.
point is,
Wait. I have a question. Are you virgin?
Oh.
You're virgin.
Are you?
Oh. Yo.
I'm not gonna comment on me being a virgin or not. But what I'm gonna say
She's
is,
not. She's not.
Every human being should be able to cook.
She's a hybrid of tradition and
I'm a person
modernization.
that survives. You know, I need to cook to survive.
Can I ask Mr. Tate something, right? I'm going to ask you something.
Sure.
I don't like bullshit, right? And there's not certain people that I can't
Why
even
is he
bear
excited,
talking to,
man?
right? So
Oh.
I'm going to talk to him because so far he's talking sense.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's
You're
giving
welcome.
pick me.
Right. Who said pick me? Listen, who just said pick
They
me?
want me. Don't look
No,
at me.
did
though.
you-
I said
Did
it's
you hear
giving
me?
give him
Hang
pick
on.
me.
Give him
Because
pick
we're
me.
having a whole
Listen, right,
conversation.
listen,
And
right.
I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to Mr.
Hang on a
Tate.
minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I've been with my man for 32 years.
Clap for
right?
yourself.
32 years. I don't need to clap for myself because I'm happy. I'm not here. And what I was going to ask him, right, is how would you think a woman? Would you think
Why are you
that
shouting?
woman?
Can you
Would you
calm
think that
down?
woman? Just calm down. I'm loud. I'm naturally. You don't want to hear me shout.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Oh!
I was saying before we got rudely interrupted, right? Now, is this your idea of a woman that you think deserves a man? I'm here, single, but I'm looking. I'm here. I like taking. If you want to hook me up, let me know. And I just want anybody, but choose. How does that make you feel? What is that kind of woman that you think deserves a man?
Well,
No.
you're top G. You can't be asking them this question.
you
about
don't
us
want
mere
top Gs,
mortals.
innit?
We're mere mortals,
Speak
auntie.
for yourself. I'm no mere mortal.
I'm a mere mortal.
I'll tell you one thing from my perspective, like a man that's actually trying to build himself up, I wouldn't even want that. That just sounds like desperate, needy, and that you are literally in a situation where you will take any man now instead of actually taking the time to actually get to know him. Oh my God.
His presence.
Because nobody
Come on now.
me.
Which kind of question be that?
I see, unlike you, we have options.
I'm a mere
Unlike you,
domestic man.
we have options.
Not even
auntie.
this 8.5.
If you have options, then where's your ring?
That is the most
Where's
stupid
your ring?
thing.
I actually can choose. I've not found a man that I want to be with.
Okay, that's
Well, I know your reality is you got to beg a man to give you.
Hang on a minute. You said, unlike you, I have options.
We have options, yeah.
You're out here looking for a man. You're out here saying that you're looking
When
for a
did
man.
I say I was looking for a man?
Oh my gosh, you was out there advertising when we done the introductions. That's what you said.
I said I was doing
That is what you
interviews.
said.
I didn't say I was going out looking for a man. I said I'm doing interviews. You come to me, I'm going to decide if I want you.
Mr. Tate, listen to this insult, right? Listen to the insult.
I'm not insulting
Listen,
you.
hang on, listen. All right,
I'm
then
not
what do you call it?
insulting you.
Sign language. Or what I'm learning. Sign language. Right? Listen to what she just said to me. Unlike you, I have options. Fucking 32 years. You think I want options? I'm happy with my man.
It's giving you don't have much options though. Because the way
No,
you're like,
it's not
oh,
pick me.
Auntie,
Auntie, she meant
what
clout.
do you want?
Wait, she
you wanna be
meant
chosen so bad.
Esther. I'm sure you didn't mean pick me. You meant clout chaser. Is that what it is?
It doesn't matter.
We could go with that too.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to clarify your problem. I was just saying.
wait.
Because you
So,
lot have totally lost it. Why would I want to have options when I've been in a happy relationship for 32
No,
years?
clout chasers is fans.
It don't make no sense.
I just
You can monetize on
I'm
YouTube
just
with
trying-
clout.
Why are you calling her pick me when you were the one advertising at the beginning of the show?
I said I'm doing interviews. I wasn't advertising nothing.
Okay,
It's
well,
banter.
Wait.
Do you guys
Okay.
understand what an interview means?
Okay.
What is
All
it?
right.
What you interview?
She's being spicy, guys. Stop it.
Auntie had a question for Andrew.
Oh yeah.
What was your question?
Oh, she asked already.
You didn't answer because everybody's too busy
Don't
jumping.
ask your question.
Everybody's too busy jumping in. I already asked, but you're not too busy jumping in and being women.
He's
to be
patient.
listening.
For
now-
real.
To get
Now you
married.
can all shut up and let him answer, innit?
I'll answer. Yeah. So to go back to one of my earlier points. Firstly, to make it clear in the disagreement, I agree with. Of course, I think everyone knows who I agree with. But
Yep.
I do, because you know what it is though. You know what's actually funny? The things that she's saying are common knowledge 20, 30 years ago. This is how the world functioned. This is how the whole world functioned. The things I say that somehow people believe are controversial are exactly the way the world functioned in like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. All of the entire period of human history, men had a role of masculinity, women had a role of femininity, we
Yep.
worked as a team.
Yep.
Now the world's come along and they've destroyed and broken everything. And there's this new progressive think and this new generation of women who seem to believe that if we completely fuck it all up, it's going to end up better. And my argument to that is, listen, We went from walking around in fields in small nomadic groups to building cities, to building the pyramids, to going to the moon. We managed to go from a few thousand to billions of people, populate the entire planet, build canals, build skyscrapers, cities. All of this was done based on the back of man being a man, woman being a woman, working together as a family.
And now it's destroyed.
Now they're going to come along and fuck it up.
If it's not broke, don't
It's
fix it.
destroyed. It's been destroyed. Man has destroyed Earth. What are you talking about? It's been bad decisions from powerful men that got men to go to wars and from women to lose husbands.
Men
make decisions for war.
Listen, please.
Men kill men.
Please listen to me.
Oh my
Men
God.
built the earth. I'm not saying men are perfect, but the entire world that you're existing under was built by men.
Yeah, it's
all
true.
of it.
Yep.
So, and the point I'm making is now we're entering a world of new think. And the problem with new think is it's not tested. I don't give a shit what anyone's opinion is. What I can state as a matter of fact is we had 5,000 years of history that tells us how the world works with X and Y together. We're now entering a new paradigm. There's no 5,000 years of history. So whatever you believe about how it's going to work or it's going to be better or worse, whatever, that's just you guessing. Everyone is guessing, right? So we're entering a brand new paradigm and everything's completely fucked up. The point you were making earlier, which is a fantastic one about if I pick a woman who's advertising, etc., men always, please keep this in mind, especially if you're a female. People always say, you know, the number of emails I get from girls who say you don't give enough girl game. I'll give you girl game right now. Your man wants status. That's what he wants. You need to find a way to make him look good to the world and to his friends.
Yep.
So how do you do that?
I'll tell you, one of the ways a man can get status is to get a girl that no one can get. That's a very simple way, right? So
I said not ready to mingle. I did right.
okay, no, but this is the truth, right? If I date a girl and she's perfect in every way, head to toe, and then I say, oh, I met this girl, yeah, she's this, she's this. Oh yeah, I took her for a date. Even if you didn't fuck her, did you fuck her? No, I just went for a date. So you went. The attraction goes from this to zero.
Yeah.
Done. And it may not for some men, because some men haven't got choices, but men like me who genuinely have unlimited options, we want complete exclusivity. That's what we're looking for, because that gives status. That's what you're looking for. So you have to be very careful as a female with all of your actions, all of your interactions with your boyfriend or looking for a boyfriend, etc., and say, am I going to make my man look better by doing X or look worse? Simple things. I've had endless arguments about girls' nights out, right? Oh, you're insecure. Da, da, da. It's not about insecure. I don't give a fuck if no man talks to you all night long. I don't care if you're going out and you're going to an all-girl club. I don't care. I know that when my boys say, oh, all the girls are going out, and I say, not my girl, she stays home. I look good. That's it. She stays home. She doesn't go out. She doesn't want to go out without me. That's status. It's not about the night out. It's about the status of being the man in the house. That's what a man wants. He wants respect. He wants to be the man of the house.
Yep.
I say she stays home. She stays home. Big G. Boom, boom. That's what we want.
Can I ask you something? What does the woman want in your eyes? What do you think? And what's the game you give for the boys?
I'm going to tell you, but before that, I need another Clementine, and I need to give half to our friend here. She just rolled her eyes at me. I'm perspicacious. I notice everything. She doesn't realize that I'm a ninja. I detect these things. Even when I'm looking directly ahead, I can detect it. So I'm going to give her some of my Clementine, and she's going to feel better. So I'm going to get a Clementine for you. Would you like some Clementine, my dear?
I'm sure.
You want some Clementine?
I think for me, it's like...
I asked you a question. Would you
Yeah,
like some
I would
Clementine?
love some,
You
yeah.
want some Clementine?
Yeah.
We're going to hook it up.
Okay.
Clementine's coming. All right. Go on. Continue.
Okay. What?
No, I mean, I just feel like this is definitely a different conversation for me because I'm very open-minded. I love hearing different perspective, and I do feel like this is a newer idea. Like you said, within the last 30, 40 years, this is a new concept. We don't know how it's going to end. I just know from like my experience, other women that I've met as well, it's like the reason for even like relationships why they're not lasting is because people don't want to put up with the disrespect. And like even when you were talking about like, oh, it's okay for me to cheat but not for you, my thing is like, why not have transparency and have it be polygamous, polyamorous, whatever works for you? That's like, to me, where it loses me with the traditional stuff.
I get it.
It's
All
like,
right.
why can't we have transparency?
okay.
If I sign up for that, cool.
So how does it? No man in a million years. Let's all be realistic, right? No man in a million years is gonna meet a girl he likes and go, I want to be polyamorous. Like, come on, that's gay. Let's cut this bullshit. So let's be realistic. How does a man show love to a woman? Tell me.
Exclusivity.
Wrong. That is how.
Time, resources,
Wrong.
and something else.
Time, resources. So
Yeah.
that's a good way to start. So sexual exclusivity is how a female shows primarily that she's interested in a man. He's the only man who has sexual access to me because I can get pregnant, and this man is the only man who can do it. That's how it's done. A man, yes, I'm not saying all men can cheat. I'm not saying all men should cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if I truly love a woman, She won't sit there and go, he shows me his love because he doesn't fuck anyone else. She'll sit there and go, he shows me his love because my bills are paid, I'm in a Bentley, I fly private, I go to Dubai anytime I want, I have a Chanel bag. And I'm not talking about just money, I'm talking about resource and a lifestyle as a whole. This is not just me, this is the world and most of the world today. If you go to Moscow and you find a big G, a rich guy, right? He has his wife, she's pushing a Bentley, she has a kid, she's living in a mansion, whatever. When he goes to the club with his boys, you think he ain't with 19-year-old strippers? Of course he fucking is.
Can I ask
but
you-
she's just like, whatever, don't care, I'm the one who has the money, don't give a shit. So you have to sit there, and to a point you have to sit and analyze the difference. When you're saying disrespect, if you're gonna go through life as a woman and say, I only care about the sexual exclusivity of my man, then what you're gonna end up doing is having a bunch of failed relationships and fucking loads of dudes.
Okay.
There has to get a point where you go, you know what, this guy ticks so many boxes. Once a year, twice a year, he's out with his boys, does some dumb shit. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't notice because my bills are paid, I'm looked after, I can tell he cares about me. If I have a problem, he's gonna fix it. He's ticks so many. That's the smart female move, as opposed to go, I don't care how good he is to me, he fucked that bitch once, so I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch anyway, and then I'll get another man who I don't love who'll fuck another bitch. So end the cycle of dumb shit.
Can I
Like, you
ask-
have to bite the bullet.
But more mild examples,
Another
though.
way. I have a question. Is there ever cheating that's too far? Like, so if a guy cheats on a girl, is there ever a point where she?
Yeah, there's a lot of cheating. There's completely a lot of cheating.
So
that's too
like,
far.
if he knocks up another girl, would you say
Complete.
that's too
All right,
far?
all right. So
Yeah.
first things first, I'm a man of my word. I don't think I'm a liar. So here's your Clementine.
Thank you.
And he killed it. What a
Thank
gentleman.
you.
I'm a gentleman. Right. So obviously, I'm not saying blatantly disrespect your woman. Right? She's your woman. She's your queen. She's the most important thing in the world to you. She needs to be treated in a way that she feels that. Right? But it's unfortunate because I keep tying back to this baseline point. But the reason I keep going back to this baseline point is to try and explain to everybody at home how simple the world can be if you go back to the baselines of it. Why do men cheat? Most women don't know. You'll see them all the time. Why do men cheat? Oh, because men are just stupid. And why do men fuck girls uglier than their main chick? Why do men do all this stuff?
They had
Do you know
a
why?
moment.
I'll tell you why. Let's go back to the first thing I've been saying this whole time. Status. Yeah, that's my chick. She's home. Took this one home. Yeah, I got that one. She's chasing me.
That's
Status.
dead.
Status. But it's stupid to females. I get it. But that's the male world because sexual access is an easy indicator of status. So that's one of the reasons they do it, right? So you have to go back into the baseline of why men even cheat in the first place. I'm telling you, if you're a woman, the smartest thing you can do is look after your man, make him not want to cheat, be perfect. But there's going to be a time across a 20-year marriage you might just need to be a little bit blind. A little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just don't look at his phone.
So
And
what-
you'll be cool. You'll be cool. Just make sure the bills are paid. He does his jobs as the man.
What
Now,
if
I'm
you
not
can
saying-
pay your own
but
bills,
no, I'm saying-
though?
But this is it. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not saying allow this for some fucking Joe Schmo. I'm not saying let some fucking loser pick you up, lock you down, and go
That's
cheat on you. No,
right.
I'm not
Right.
saying that. I'm saying if he's a G and he's doing enough of his other jobs. As for you saying, what if you can pay your own bills? Then what's the reality you face? Just like I described earlier, I'm going to decide that the thing that I prioritize above everything, above his resource, above the amount he cares for me. You'll see men cheat on a woman and then cry his eyes out trying to get that woman back. He still loves you. It's not the same as if you cheated. He loves you with all his heart. He'd die for you. He'd take a bullet for you, and he'd still fuck that bitch. Doesn't matter. It's a different game for men, right? So you're sitting there going, well, I'm going to prioritize his sexual exclusivity over all of his other attributes. You're just going to end up having endless failed relationships, fucking too many dudes, and
Yeah.
then what's going to happen is your psychology is going to break because females don't like to accept the fact that if you sleep with enough men and you get rid of the stigma around a new dick, your instant answer is constantly new dick. He didn't text me today, fuck it, someone else. He was rude to me, fuck it, I'll cheat. He was this, I'll get a new boyfriend. And then you end up just jumping on cock all day and you're fucking done. You need to, the reality is there has to come a point where you get a guy and he ticks boxes and you're like, you know what, I'm wifey, I got the Bentley, he does whatever he does, but my bills are paid. That's
So
it.
when would you say
Fair enough.
when would you say it's too far? I'm just curious if there's a line that you would, like, if he spends money on another girl, if he, like, when does it?
Okay, that's a good
and,
question.
And other second question, do you think that men ever fall in love with side chicks?
Very good question. And this is a long and in-depth answer, but it's a good question. Let me peel my Clementine. But no, but it's a good question. Where is too far? I think publicly disrespecting is too far.
Yeah.
So like you'll notice. Let's take the Moscow G. All right, let's take an oligarch, billionaire from Moscow. He has his wife. He has the girls he's in the club with. The girls he's in the club with wouldn't fucking dare message his wife. They wouldn't dare step out of line. Like they know their place, right? So if there's a hierarchy and they know their place, that's one way of doing it. Spending money on a girl, certainly, yeah, because men show love primarily through our hard work, not just through our resource, but through our hard work. If you take a man who's not particularly rich, he shows his wife love by getting up every day, going to work 9 to 5, working his ass off and paying those bills. That's how he shows love. That's why he does it for his wife and his children. Most men are out here working bullshit jobs, carrying trash.
Yep.
They're doing that to show love. So giving money, yeah, that would be a far more scary indicator than just sex. Let me give you all an example. I don't know if you all know my history, but I used to run a webcam business a long time ago. Don't want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But I had a bunch of girls who used to sit online and talk to guys, and they had laptops, right? This is a long time ago. And I used to sit and say to some of the webcam girls, I'd say, this man who is sitting in and logging in every night and sending you money every day and telling you he's obsessed with you from the other side of the world and missing out on time with his family to sit here and talk to you and send you money, that is more cheating than if he just went out and banged something. If he went out and banged something and came home, then done. But he's sitting here giving you his time, his money, his affection. That's cheating for a man. For a man to sit there and give money and time away, right? Yeah. So you have to stop this idea of sexual exclusivity. Yes, that's for females. That's how females show their love to men. It's not how high status, at least, males show their love to females. And anyone who wants to disagree with me, call me wrong, call me misogynist, whatever bullshit. Look at a history book. Every king, every sultan, every conqueror, every emperor, every knight
had multiple wives.
All of them had maidens, wives. All of them. That's history.
What level of G do you have to be allowed to cheat?
Well,
no.
It's not about even being allowed to cheat. I'm not even saying that. And it also depends on the partner you're with. I'm not trying to sit here and advocate for men to run around and fuck a bunch of women. I'm not saying that.
That's what you're doing.
No, but I'm not.
No. Let him explain. Let him land. He's about to go. Now, one sister, let him land.
No, but I'm not. What I'm actually trying to do is describe the baseline unfortunate realities of human dynamics. And I'm trying to explain now to the world that any woman can get a man who will not cheat on her if she's prepared to sacrifice a bunch of other things, perhaps, right? In the olden days, it was different. The world was a different place. It was a completely different place, and it was better. Now it's all fucked up. It's fucked.
A house or a laptop? Which one do you think is worth more? Well, definitely not the house, because it's
up on every level. And men, especially the high status men, most of them have struggled so hard to become high status. They've been through so much shit to get where they are. It's like telling him, if you climb this mountain, you can go to a candy store. And he climbs to the top of the mountain, and the second he's in the candy store, after one piece of candy, that bitch is saying, no more candy. He's like, no, I just climbed this mountain. I just got rich. I went through X, Y, Z. I finally got here. I'm finally in the candy store. Now you're telling me I can only have one piece of candy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that men owe a woman loyalty if she was there from the beginning?
Absolutely.
Yes.
They absolutely owe that woman loyalty.
Oh, sorry, sexual loyalty. That's what I meant.
Sexual exclusivity is different. Sexual exclusivity and loyalty are completely disconnected for males. Nobody wants to talk about this, but it's the unfortunate reality. It's true. I'm telling you, you can get a man, he can go on a holiday, can fuck some stripper, can come home, and you can lie detector test him. Do you love your wife? Would you die for your wife? Would you take a bullet for your wife? He'll pass the lie detector test. He loves her with all his heart. He'd do anything for her. It's just pussy. It's not a big deal. It's different.
I feel like, I guess my question would be then is like, how do you view sex? Because I like, sex at the end of the day is spiritual unification. I feel like I've gone through a lot of different stuff. I've had a lot of different experiences where I did not value myself, so I never had a man that valued me. So it's like, yeah, you rack up guys, and guys you shouldn't be texting back or whatever. But I feel like I understand that there is a difference with how men view sex and how they move around in the world. But it's like, sex is a sacred thing, no matter a male or female is doing it. So that's why for me, like, my biggest, like, the hardest for me to understand is like, this is such a sacred thing, and it's like taking a piss for a guy.
Can I just say something? You sure you weren't making love to somebody that was having sex?
I'm sorry?
You sure that you weren't making love to somebody that was just having sex?
Hey, auntie.
Yeah, that is true, because making love and actually just having regular just sex or casual sex are two very separate things as well too. So she probably could have been having these feelings for these dudes, but the dudes probably didn't want anything more to seriously with her. They were probably just using her for a good one night stand. That's it. Sorry, girl.
That's
Have I?
No, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like as women, they make love to men that are just having sex.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the difference.
That's not the point.
But my thing is, okay,
I think when men hear that though, it's like if it was sacred to you, you would have waited till you were married.
But
exactly. And in the olden days, that's what a traditional woman was. She was a virgin, and she would not give a man a chance until they were formally married. That's the first time that he would actually take her virginity, and that's what it would, consummate their marriage.
It's like right. No, I get that, but the reality is like the world is not so black and white. So I understand that there are these things in place that worked and made sense, and now we're approaching an era that like we don't know what's going to happen, but there's gray area. You've had sex, I've had sex, she's had sex, we've had sex with different guys. That doesn't mean that we're damaged goods, we're used goods. I understand status is a big part of that. I understand that sex is viewed differently, but I feel like you should not, if you're looking at face value, I can understand why you would be judged from your past. But if I'm a guy interested in you, I don't care about what you've done.
But that's the thing.
I disagree, because if I know what your past is, and I know that for a fact that you have told me that you've been ran through with multiple guys, let's say 20 dudes, back to back to back to back to, that's just telling me that you're way too easy. There's no guarantee that you'll be loyal to me, and that what's stopping you from actually finding another dude behind my back, if you haven't done it already. What? No. Body count does definitely matter a lot when it comes to being in a relationship and being exclusive to your partner. A lot of men honestly will not want that. That is definitely damaged goods. It's like a freaking used car. If you know that the used car's history has been in multiple accidents, has a bad metal frame underneath it, has bad problems on it, stuff like that, a man isn't going to want that, or even much less another woman will want that either, because again, the car is useless. The car will be good for a couple weeks, maybe months, and then after that it'll take a dump on you, and then what you have to do, you have to go, and you would prefer taking honestly a brand new car. Come on.
Like men do though. That's the thing.
Yeah. That's big.
A virgin's more valuable to a man than a girl that's had sex with multiple men.
Yes.
Like, it just is what it is.
And that's the reality that many women will not tolerate, much less believe, or for that matter, actually accept it as a fact. It's sad. It's sad. And they hate to see that reality. But guys, come on. Let's be real. Facts are facts.
The modern man's solution is not a virgin. A modern man needs a partner, somebody that's actually smart and can survive in the world of today.
But I'm saying the men with
that's going to be a lived woman.
The men with the most choice are going to pick women that are more pure in general.
The ones that are already self-made, I guess so. But that's the thing. The reality is that there's a lot of men out there, especially in the world that we live in today, that need a partner. So it's time for those masses of men to start respecting women for the role they can play in their lives.
No, I don't think so. Because then again, women do not take accountability for what they have done. They always blame it on the men. The men have to do this. The men have to do it. No. She is also another one too that it's like, come on.
I don't think average men expect women to be virgins.
Do you know what it is?
But it's this rhetoric that actually then is pumped into these minds and creates what people now complain about, the misogynistic world.
No, do you know?
That's what it is. Even in schools, it's like permeated through it all and perpetuated.
Why is it misogynistic for men to prefer women that are more
It's
pure?
not that it's, but it's not, that's not the problem. The problem is now, listen, the maths is very simple. You've got people like Andrew Tate talking about these things with such clarity, and it makes so much sense because it is true, right? And then you have men that are in these situations where just average, working an average job, and they cannot fulfill whatever definition is called to be a man in these
Yes, they can, and that's what he said.
Wow. So if you're a 9-to-5 guy, you don't have the potential or the capability to be to understand all these things. Like, what? Oh my God. So only the 1% top of men, high value men, are allowed to do that. Otherwise you're a misogynistic dude. Come on. She's losing, honestly, a lot of things. She's losing a lot of respect.
He did say that. Yes, they can.
No,
a 9-to-5 man can do it.
Yes.
But then again, but wait. This is the thing. What we're talking about as a man, and this is why I say it's very important for us to understand the person that we're speaking to. And I'm very glad that you clarified everything that you mean. Not every man is like Andrew Tate. Not every man is going to be able to even realistically demand for certain things from a woman. So the same way women need to compromise if it comes to a man who is going to cheat on her because he's a top G, is the same way men are going to have to compromise and stop blabbing about purity when they can't demand for that.
You just did.
Wow.
You didn't get none of what you did get none of what
Nope.
you said.
Point.
She did not. No, what point?
What? Because you just quoted him. You just said about his thing and you didn't.
Not only did I get clout, I made my point. I said the average man does not have what it takes to demand for a virgin or
Hang on a minute. He already said that.
And I reiterated in my own words for my own content for my page. And
do you
so
know what it is, right? Is that too many women, they see regular guys and they feel they're settling. You're not settling. You're getting what you deserve.
But you can't be asking
You're
for
not
a
settling.
virgin, though.
Yep.
You're not settling.
But, but the difference is men know this. Like most average men aren't
The
demanding.
average men know what the average men never
But
say they
they
want
are.
the
But the
virgin.
difference,
Kind
but the
of.
difference
But
is
that's
the
what
difference.
Tanalva's saying.
Wait. The difference is average men know they don't deserve a 10. They know they don't deserve an 8. They know they don't even deserve a 7.
And they still
And
go
the-
messaging them on the stories and doing this dumb
no,
stuff
it's
that's
not,
just
though.
ugly.
Like most men in history haven't even reproduced. And so it's like men know, but the women are the ones that are delusional.
There's
That's why you
regular
have
men out
Lizzo
there. There's regular
shooting her
men
shot
out
at
there.
Chris Hemsworth.
There's
Chris
what?
Hemsworth.
There's regular men out there that
Yeah,
will
but
have you
She's a
down.
two.
Yeah, but can I just say, people are
I
watching
think I could.
Tate,
I go back
not
there.
understanding that Tate is part of that 1% of
How good
success,
do you feel, Sasha?
and they think that they can demand the same thing.
No, they
can
okay,
demand
But women,
purity.
but one second. Sorry. I understand the point you're all making, but let's understand something. To the sexual marketplace, females have always been, and still to a degree, are the gatekeepers. It's men will, you can think about it in a very simplistic way. This is not the case, but let's simplify it for the sake of argument. Imagine men will run around and fuck anything, and women are the ones who say yes or no. You are the gatekeepers that have all the power. And this is what's actually truly interesting about the sexual marketplace, because whenever women go, there's not enough good men, then why are you fucking, of course, why would they be good if you don't make them be good? You're fucking losers. So,
That's a good point.
so women, so you're talking about, I'm saying that, a man at a certain level can't do certain things, If you were with Joe Schmo and he wasn't treating you the way you believe Joe Schmo should treat you, then why are you with him?
Leave. Sis,
Like women have the gatekeeping. So if you get Joe Schmo and he treats you like you're his queen, treats you perfect, good. If you get a fucking guy at the absolute upper echelons of value and you still aren't happy with what he's giving you, then leave. Women are the gatekeepers. You women actually have all of the power. This is what's beautiful about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Women are constantly complaining. You have all the power. You're the ones who get to choose. Do you know who you should be mad at for all this shit? I'll tell you who you should be mad at. Do you know who threw away all the female power in the sexual marketplace? Promiscuous females. Because now you got chicks who will bang anybody without trying. So why should a dude get up and try?
No,
Do you
exactly.
have any idea how hard it is to actually be? Let me make this clear.
Go on,
Do
sir.
you have any idea how hard it is to actually be, no bullshit, a man? And I say this and women go, oh yeah, I do that. As soon as most women encounter any kind of problem, the first thing they do is turn to a man. Their man, their dad, the mechanic, the police, a man. If you actually put a woman in front of a problem and go, no men, they're like, oh, whoa, fuck. It's a mental breakdown. Men, day after day, especially if you're a high-level man, let me make something clear from my life. I'll talk from personal experience. I'm not just looking after me. I'm not just looking after my chick. I'm the guy in about 300 people's phone books that they call when anything big goes wrong. You get arrested in Russia, you need extraction from Ukraine, you need $1 million, whatever it is, Kazakhstan, abduction, they call me. I'm the first phone call. I'm fixing 400 different lives. I'm a problem solver. Chicks can't fix fucking any of this shit, right? This is how hard it is to be a man. And it's amazing because society expects it of you, but so do women. If you and a man, be honest, you and a man, and you went to your man and said, oh, I've got this problem, I can't fix this, it's broken, the car tire's broken. And he went, I don't know. You would dry up. Like, you'd be like, well, fucking, what the fucking point are you? That's the truth. You could sit here and go, oh, we'd call a mechanic. No, you wouldn't. You'd look at your man and go, what do you mean you can't fix it? And this is what she's saying about your man will get up and go, and you know what's beautiful about masculinity? A bunch of times a man will go up and he doesn't have a clue how to fix it himself. Don't worry, baby, okay. And he'll stand up with no money and no clue, and he'll go out there and fucking try and find a way, because as a man you need to be useful. It is so difficult to be a man. You have no idea the amount of pressure that we're under from society and from the women we even want to associate with. On a whole, it's difficult. So you have to keep all these things in mind. It's hard.
But can I ask you a question? You see what you just said about, the top G, that if they had money you can fly planes and fly that. Drop it down to if you were earning, like, say, 50,000 a year.
Yeah.
Couldn't you be that same person amongst your peers?
100% you
That's
could.
what I'm trying to say.
100% you could. And also you have to...
money doesn't make you a top G.
No, money's an amplifier. So that's the first thing about money. Money amplifies. Men can make money. Money does not make men. If you're a dork and you get rich, you're a rich dork. If you're a G and you get rich, you're a top G. Right? So that's the first thing about money. And I agree with you. But traditionally... And this is the baseline. And once again, when I say these things, I'm not looking to be attacked for being misogynist. I'm just commenting on how I view the world and how I see things. Traditionally, a man primarily gives his attention to a female to get sex, and she gives him sex back to get the attention. That's the swap, right? So if I'm a dude and I want sex from a girl, I give her attention, I talk to her, I hang out with her, I spend time with her, eventually I get the sex. That's how it works. But the higher value you are as a man, the more valuable your attention is, the more valuable your time is, the less you have to give. It's like potency, right? So I can give 5 minutes to a chick, and that's worth 2 weeks of some other dude's time. But that's the reality. So where you are on the scale is just basically how much of your time you have to give. Now, you can still give all your time to a woman, treat her like a queen, be respected by your peers. She can be happy with you. I'm not saying she will be any. In fact, I'll argue she'll be happier with that man than she'll be with a fucking guy like me. I'm not even out here saying I'll make chicks happy. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that she'll get the amount of time that she's going to want from that man. The amount of attention is linked to his status. But at a true high-level status of man, it's 2 DMs. Boom, boom. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Done.
This kind of leads into my next question.
Rolled up.